Gino King Boxing back in the building, back with some more boxing news. And yes, we just found out Errol the Truth Spence is now entered back in the rankings. And man, what does this mean for the 154-pound division right now? Where we have Terrence Bud Crawford, the king of that division right now. But we got a lot of great matchups, potential matchups in that division. Where will Errol Spence land in the mix? All those fighters. You got Sebastian Fandora. You got Jamal Charlo. You got Bakram. You got Virgil Ortiz. You got Erickson Lubin. You got Israel Madrimov. Who is Errol Spence gonna come back and fight for his comeback fight? Man, it's, a lot of opponents, man, a lot of dangerous opponents. It's a few guys that I think Errol Spence should stay away from, though, for his comeback fight. That's not saying that Errol can eventually face these guys, but there's a few that he needs to stay away from. I think he needs to stay away from Bakram, Israel Madrimov, Terrence Crawford right now, and Sebastian Fandora. I can't see him and Jamal Charlo fighting because of the friendship. I can't see that. But I think the perfect comeback fight for Errol the Truth Spence right now is Virgil Ortiz. I think that would be great, a great matchup for Errol. That's not taking nothing away from Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz is an outstanding fighter. But out of all the fighters I just named, I think he's the least dangerous. Yeah, I think Virgil is the least dangerous, and I think it'll be a pretty exciting fight, especially on Errol Spence's comeback tour, just because we don't really know right now where Errol Spence's mind is at right now, how his training is. We've seen clips we've seen clips on the internet, but that's not really saying much about his training ability and what he's doing right now. Excuse me, my people. Yeah, that's not really saying much about how he's training and his training ability. And at the end of the day, Errol Spence still has to get a trainer. He's not working with Derrick James anymore. So who is his trainer gonna be for his next fight? We haven't even got that figured out yet. So yeah, it's a lot of questions on how Errol Spence is gonna come back and how is that eye. So that's why I say I think Virgil Ortiz is the perfect opponent. A lot of people were talking about he needs to fight Errol Sandy Lara at 160. He could possibly fight at 160. I think Errol needs to stay away from Errol Sandy Lara right now. Right now, that's all I'm saying right now. I think once Errol gets back acquainted to fighting and he doesn't have no more injuries, he doesn't need no more injuries right now. Once he gets back acquainted to fighting, shake the rust off, then I think he'll be ready for some of the top guys. I think he can possibly be ready for guys like Madrimov and Bakram, guys like that. But he needs to really shake the rust off before he gets in there with those big dogs like that, Bud Crawford. But the Errol Sandy Lara fight, people were shooting for that, but I just don't think that that's a smart move for Errol, not in this comeback fight. We just seen what Lara did to Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia was a pretty good fighter, and he stopped him. And I'm afraid if Errol gets back in there with a seasoned guy that's pretty active, we can see Earl suffer another defeat. And Earl, if he wants to keep fighting in boxing right now, I think for the most part, he needs to win his next fight. He needs to win his comeback fight. And I think he needs a tune-up. I think Errol Spence needs a tune-up now. Just looking at the field and looking at all the fighters that he could potentially fight, I just think that would be the smart move for PBC and Al Heyman and those guys to make. You can even throw Erickson Lubin out there. I think that would be a pretty good comeback fight. Erickson Lubin or like Virgil Ortiz, would be a great fight. Virgil Ortiz struggled his last fight. And Virgil definitely a seasoned fighter, but I think Earl's layoff and what he's coming back from, I think that it'll be an even matchup for Earl. Right now, I would love to see the rematch versus him and Bud Crawford. I think that would be, great to see. Errol Spence in the rematch against Bud Crawford. I just don't think Earl is ready yet. It's going to take a minute for Earl to be competitive in that fight. If he was to get that rematch, I don't even think he'll be ready like this year for this coming up year in 2025. I think Earl possibly should fight his tune-up and maybe another fight, and then go for the rematch against Bud Crawford. Because right now, we know Bud Crawford is just on another level right now. Two of my favorite fighters, though, Bud and Earl. We all know 2023, that was a dream matchup. And Bud Crawford just on another level. Bud Crawford, he has a big dog up there. We just seen a couple weeks ago, Bakram get busy. I think that's the fight everybody is pushing for Bud Crawford to fight. Jamel Charlo, nobody knows what's going on with Jamel right now, but that's why I say Virgil Ortiz is the man for Errol Spence to come back and fight in his comeback fight. Both of these guys are from Dallas, Texas. Man, that would be a phenomenal fight for Virgil and for Earl. Virgil Ortiz, 22-0, has 21 KOs. So, he fits right into the style of Terrence Crawford. 22 KOs. And, they can have that fight at the Jerry Jones Stadium and get busy. Be a packed house. Man, that would be great for Texas to see Earl in his comeback fight against Virgil Ortiz. So that's my opinion on Earl's comeback fight. He needs to go that route. Anything else, they're making a huge mistake by throwing him in there with a big dog like Fondora right now. I just don't see it. Fondora got that momentum. He just won the championship from Tim Tszyu. So, he's definitely going to be a well-seasoned, well-active, pretty hyped about the situation. So, that's my opinion on it. Errol Spence coming back into the rankings. So, we could be gearing up for Earl in his next fight. But hey, this is Gino King Boxing. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button, and I'm out.